I had it on the other day, so we'll try this out. No, this is the first. So, first of all, we're going to be creating our own textures, just like we heard about in the video. We're actually going to be using texture plates. So I have some texture plates that have, I don't know if you can see the ridges, they have deep textures. So you can use those. You can also try out, we're going to experiment today, so you can try out using this side, or you can even flip it over and see what the difference is between textures on both sides. Again, there's a lot of variety in them, but you might get a little bit different effect from different sides. Now I also have some of our older texture plates. Like this, it's hard to see it. It's a more subtle texture, but there's definite texture there. You can hear my fingernail rub over the edges. There's some that are dotted, some that look a little pebbly, almost like brick or like stone. Anyway, so we're gonna try out doing a few different things. So let's scoot these out of the way now. You'll choose paper from the front of the paper rack, just the smaller papers. And again, like I said, this is just experimenting, so kind of have fun with it, play around. It's okay with me if you get maybe 2 or 3 papers if you want, but you can also do a variety of things with your different colors that you use and the different texture plates all on the same paper. Now, I had a few boys and girls that got so excited with experimenting that they pretty much stuck one of these under, scribbled all over it, then they were ready to go for another page, which you can do, but kind of see what you can accomplish taking your time and really thinking it through. So one of the things I tried out was maybe taking one of these shapes. And we have our peeled crayons to do with this. So you can hold them by the side and sort of pinch it. And then your design shows up. Now, if you only wanted to do part of it, maybe you didn't want to finish out that design, you could just do part of it. Now, it's important if you want the texture to match up, it's important that you hold your paper tight so it doesn't move all over. If I wanted to even add a second color to that, I did red and blue, so it kind of mixes to give it a purpley feel. It might even give it that red and blue are often used in the 3D effect. Now, I'm not done. I still got lots of room on my paper around the edges, so I could maybe come in and put a different texture plate under here. And let's see what we can do with that. I can make it look like, depending on what pattern I choose or what texture plate I choose, I can make it like this one makes it look like it's shining. Maybe I'll even flip that over and see if it does look different. A little bit. So this one has more has some flatter edges, so you see a little bit more color. I can tell it a little bit more on my paper than you can in our video too.
Oh, I can see it on your paper now.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll try one of these. One of these different textured ones. We'll see if I can. Maybe even if I can do it really carefully and just get it in one little section. I'm going to flip that over. I think that's going to give me a better, yeah. Flipped over, it gives me more of the look of, bricks. So again, using just the edge, I can do pattern inside just some of those spots instead of all over the whole thing. Now, that's just to show you a couple of things you can do. You can kind of play around with it, try out some other things. You could even, if you wanted to, maybe draw some kind of picture. Just sort of for fun. And then I could come in here. Yes. And then I could maybe, we'll see how this works, create some patterns right into my picture. Sorry, patterns. We've been talking about patterns so much. I can put some texture right into my picture. Again, it works better if you use the side of your crayon instead of the tip. The tip can work some, but it may not show up your patterns quite as well. Oh, actually I stand corrected. That's working pretty well. It's actually making it darker. So again, play around with it. Test it out. See what works for you.
That's cool.
So I could come back, maybe man, I get too excited. I'm going to stop. So you can go ahead and try out your own.